Welcome to Basic Brewing Video. I'm James Spencer.
I'm Steve Wilkes.
We're doing a food and beer show today. It's been a while since we did one of those.
Kidding.
But I was inspired because I did an interview with Dick Cantwell, who wrote a book on brewing eclectic IPAs. Mm-hmm. And you can hear that interview on Basic Brewing Radio, and I'll put the date down here. But one of the recipes in there was a recipe using rosemary. And I had this giant rosemary shrub in the yard, and so I said, I'm going to brew something like that. So I used, it's not the exact recipe that Dick has in the book, but it's close. It's inspired by that. So let's go on into this, to the beer recipe.
Yay.
I started out with 12 pounds or 5.5 kilograms of two-row, American two-row, 8 ounces or 226 grams of Munich, and 8 ounces or 226 grams of 20 Lovibond Crystal, and 4 ounces or 113 grams of 40 Lovibond Crystal. And I put that in the mash, and along with that, I put 2 ounces or 56 grams of rosemary branches right into the mash there, and I mashed at 150 degrees for an hour or so, maybe a little longer. And then I collected my wort, and I boiled for 90 minutes. And to begin that boil, I put in 2 ounces or 56 grams of Chinook at 11.6% alpha acid. And I boiled for 90 minutes. Then at 10 minutes before the end of the boil, I used 1.5 ounces or 42 grams of Green Bullet hops. 2 minutes before the end of the boil, I added another 1.5 ounces of Green Bullet at 12.6% alpha acid, by the way. And then another 1 ounce or 28 grams of Green Bullet at flame out. And also at flame out, I added 1 ounce or 28 grams of rosemary needles. And so I chilled and fermented with Imperial Organic Yeast A07 Flagship. And my starting gravity was 1064, final gravity was 1010 for an ABV of 7.2%. But that's not all. In the keg, when I kegged it, I used one of those little canisters with the mesh.
Yeah.
And I put a couple of fistfuls more of rosemary in there.
Wow, you dry herbed it.
I dry herbed it, or dry needled it, or whatever I did. And then I put that in the keg.
Wow.
And it's been in there for about 12 days, something like that. So 7.2% alcohol. This is a rosemary IPA. Cheers.
Cheers. It is a lovely beer.
It is. It's an orange beer.
It has an orangish hue.
It's an orangish hue.
I haven't tasted it yet. It has
I know, and you're making me nervous.
It has a bready nose.
As will we all.
As will we all.
That's the yeast.
That's delicious. Wow.
I really like this beer.
This is good.
I don't want to influence you, but I really. So what are you tasting? Are you tasting?
Bear with me.
Are you tasting rosemary?
I don't know. Here's what I'm saying. So, no. So here's the
so
thing.
Anxious.
I'm tasting a hop character that is unfamiliar. That's the rosemary. But I don't taste rosemary in the same way. So what I was expecting, I cook with rosemary all the time. Mm-hmm. Lamb, steaks, whatever. A lot of rosemary in our house. I'm not tasting that flavor. I'm tasting a much subtler, complementary flavor to the hop that I can't put my finger on. That has to be the rosemary.
I'm going to put your finger on it.
Okay.
Spruce.
Oh.
Do you get spruce?
Yeah.
I get spruce.
Sure. I get Robert the Spruce. He was a he wasn't as famous as Robert the Bruce, but, or as effective.
He's his younger brother.
He's his younger
They
brother.
don't talk about him much.
No.
But I get like an evergreen, I get a spruce character. You know, we've had spruce beers on the show.
That's very interesting. It is not weird. It's not over the top. It's not
it blends in.
Everything blends in perfectly.
It's not,
That's super good.
I often tell a story back many years ago. I had a peach basil beer that was weird. It was weird.
Sometimes beers they're just weird.
I mean, it was like a wine cooler with a bunch of basil thrown in, and it was weird. This is not weird. This blends in, and you get the hop character from those green bullet hops, but you also get that rosemary, but it's not like savory.
No.
Cooking rosemary.
Exactly. Because there's no lamb fat. You put a little lamb fat in there.
That's next time. I'll dry lamb fat.
That's right.
I'll dry.
That's incredible.
I like it a lot.
Yeah, it makes me want to make this or make something like it.
So what I did was I made something, and this makes me nervous as well because I'm intimidated by not only your brewing ability, but your cooking ability. So I cooked something that I usually use rosemary in.
Yeah.
But I left the rosemary out, and I thought I would pair it. Anyway, pork chops.
Yay.
Pork chops with red wine mushroom sauce. So strap in. Here we go. So I started, and I used my Instant Pot. I have an 8-quart, I have the bigger one.
Yeah.
So I started with 4 slices of bacon sliced into, are they lardons? Is that what you call them? Little chunks. Mm-hmm. And so I sauteed those 4 slices of bacon. I took the bacon out.
Yeah.
And then I browned the pork chops. We're cooking 5 just because we're going to have 5 for dinner tonight. So I browned the pork chops in the bacon grease. And so then once they're good and browned, you take them out. And then I chopped up a medium onion and still on the saute. This is all on the saute function. So I used the onion to deglaze the pan. So I sauteed the onion, deglazed the pan. Mm-hmm. And then once the onion was nice and soft, I put in 3 garlic cloves that have been chopped and 1 pound of sliced baby bella mushrooms and sauteed them for a little bit. Added a little, like a dash of thyme and sage. Mm-hmm. Then added 2 cups of cheap red table wine.
My favorite kind, actually.
Finished deglazing the pan with that, added the pork chops back in, and pressure cooked them for 15 minutes.
Wow.
So then, after the 15-minute time, I did a quick release with the pot and took out the pork chops, and then added 2 tablespoons of cornstarch that had been mixed in with 2 tablespoons of cold water, and 1 cup of half and half to make the sauce. Mm-hmm. And I sauteed that until it was thickened a bit. Mm-hmm. And then I added the pork chops back in, and I've been keeping them on the keep warm thingy, waiting for you and your wife, your lovely wife Gretchen, to come. And tomorrow, as we're recording this, tomorrow is my birthday and his wedding anniversary.
Our 20th.
Congrats!
And
20.
You're yes.
And I'm 20 today.
And you're 20.
As far as you know.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, how do we do this? Let's see.
Okay.
I'm still reeling from that barley wine from the first episode we shot today.
No kidding.
Oh, by the way, here's a shameless plug. You see this? This is the new Basic Brewing silicone pint.
Yeah, those are cool.
Perfect for camping. And look, you go. You can drop them on the ground. They don't break. They made a silicone, and they have the Basic Brewing logo on there.
See that?
That's yours.
Thank you very much.
There you go. Okay.
Wow.
You can go to basicbrewingshop.com to find that. Okay.
That's pretty cool. I'll use this in Portland next week.
Oh, yeah.
At HomebrewCon. This will be my sample cup. I'll walk around. Give me a sample. It needs to be a pint.
So we're getting the pork chop out. Okay. We get a little bit of sauce on there.
Sauce.
With the mushrooms.
Thank you, sir.
The rumus aglumus. I give you the chipped plate.
Oh, you gave me the youngest of my 3 sons plate.
Chip, Ernie. Oh,
Chip, Ernie.
What was the third son?
I don't know.
Chip, Ernie. Oh, Uncle Charlie.
Yeah. really good. It smells wonderful.
This is a high pressure situation here. Not as high pressure as the Instant Pot, but we get a little bit of
A little
bit of
sauce, a
pork
little
chops.
mushroom. Oh, God. That's really good. That's really good. But it needs some rosemary. That's too good. It's too good for words.
How come the biscuit was too big?
Wow. You should buy an Instant Pot. Those things are great.
I wish
don't
I had-
have one. It's pretty cool.
I wish I had a link in the thing that where you could buy one and
Yeah.
give us money, but so there you go. There's your.
That's
Pork
delicious,
chop.
James.
You like
That's,
that?
that's very good. It pairs beautifully with the beer. The beer is a tour de force. It's very, very good. So, Cantrell or Cantrell?
Dick Cantwell.
Cantwell. Sorry. Sorry, Dick. I'll carry your book.
That's a good book. Actually, look for Brewing Eclectic IPAs,
Mm-hmm.
and then there's a whole, how they do the colon, and then they do a whole
Well,
line of text.
you do after 45. You find out about that.
Get your colon checked.
That's the oscopy. But at any rate, the rosemary beer is delicious. I've only had a few herbed beers in my life. I've had 2 or 3 that were terrible, and I've had 2 or 3 that were really good. This one is really good. This is in the really good category. So
Thank you.
Congratulations.
And in the basement right now in the fermenter is a lemon cucumber IPA, inspired by another
Wow.
recipe in that book. So
That sounds like something from the Great British Bake Off. We'll have to serve scones with that.
Paul Hollywood or whatever his name will have to come over. All right. Well, now I'm hungry.
Everything's great.
So we got to go get our wives and bring them in from where we've sequestered them.
Yes.
And then we'll eat. And happy anniversary, sir.
And happy birthday to you.
Cheers, everybody. Happy brewing.
Happy brewing.
Come and visit us online. At basicbrewing.com, you can find archive lists of our audio and video podcasts on home brewing. You can also find our DVDs and our brewer's logbook, where you can track and log up to 50 batches of beer. If you're in Fayetteville, Arkansas, stop by Steve's Brew Shop or find him online at stevesbrewshop.com.
Pork chops and applesauce.
Wow.